action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNI news video. And as always, we've got a lot to cover, so let's just jump right into it. And today we'll start off with some Marvel news. So first of all, a little bit of non-toy news. I just wanted to share with you that it looks like rumblings out of Hollywood are that the Black Widow movie, which was going to be released in November, it was originally going to be released in May, but then got pushed to November due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But now word has come out that Disney is looking to likely delay the release of the movie yet again. Don't know if they're still going to try and get it out this year or push it into 2021. My guess is they would do 2021. I hope. I mean, I would much rather they just go on and release it, do like they did with Mulan and release it to Disney Plus. You know, if you have to pay $30 to watch it, to me that's still a better deal than probably going to the theater, unless you're just one person. But if you've got more than one person going to the theater, and especially if you have kids, you know, $30 I think is actually, you know, a steal. So I really hope, you know, as I understand it, Mulan hasn't done that great, but I think that's more to do with the movie than the fact that it's been released at home. So I really, instead of delaying Black Widow, I feel like they should just do the Disney Plus thing. If later on they want to release it at theaters, when people start going back to theaters more, then, you know, go for it. But like I said, I feel like Black Widow, the more they delay these movies, I mean, it would be one thing if it was just one movie, but, you know, if Black Widow gets delayed, that means the Eternals movie is probably then going to have to be delayed. And then the Thor movie and the Shang-Chi movie and so on and so forth. So it just, you know, it causes a domino effect. And so that's why I just really think they should go on and release the thing. Now, it does look like, as far as the MCU TV shows go, that WandaVision is still on track to be released this year. Disney Plus just put out a promo video just today showing new shows that are coming to the streaming service this year for the remaining part of 2020, and WandaVision was featured in that video. However, the other show that was originally going to be slated for release this year, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that was not featured. I'm not saying that's going to definitely be delayed until next year, but being that wasn't featured in that video, I'm thinking that's probably a good possibility that we're not going to see that one, which honestly is the one I'm most excited for, but probably not going to see that one until next year sometime. And then I would love to hear your thoughts on this matter. Do you think that it should be released straight to like Disney Plus? You know, would you pay the extra $30? Do you have Disney Plus? And if not, would you get Disney Plus just to see movies like Black Widow? You know, let me know in the comments section below. Okay, and then getting back into the toy news. So the only thing for Marvel I really have for you guys today is this week it was revealed. We saw a new Mafex Marvel figure revealed. It is another X-Men character. They're doing Psylocke, so it'll go nicely with your Mafex Gambit figure. Now this one is not actually due for release until August of next year, so you do have a ways to go before it actually gets out there. But it is available for pre-order now at places like our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store. Now the figure is going to come with two face portraits, a normal looking one and then one where she's kind of gritting her teeth. She has two swords. She has the sheaths for the swords, and then she also comes with a number of different kinetic energy effect pieces to mimic her powers. So overall I think this is a pretty nice looking figure. You know, some people seem to think it looks better than the Marvel Legend one. You know, I think it, you know, probably maybe a little bit, but of course these figures cost a lot more, so, you know, you've got to factor that in as well. But if you are into the Mafex X-Men figures, this is one you're probably going to want to check out. And then while we're on the subject of Mafex, we also got a new Batman Hush figure revealed. It is going to be the Joker. So this one, like Psylocke, isn't going to be due out until August of next year and is also available for pre-order. Now this one's going to stand about 6.2 inches tall. You're going to get the two face portraits, multiple hands, a knife, a pistol with that bang flag in the barrel. And, you know, if you've been collecting these Hush figures, I think this is one you're probably going to want to check out as well. You know, who doesn't want a Joker to go along with their Batman? For you Star Wars fans out there, we've got a surprise reveal for two new Mandalorian figures that are joining the Black Series line here in the near future. Now, these have not been officially announced by Hasbro yet. Probably will be announced next week during the Hasbro Pulse convention. But these two figures have started to show up in some fashion. So this image comes via Clone Cooper Customs. He posted this up on Instagram. So you can see here that it is the Incinerator Trooper from the final episode or two-part episode of the Mandalorian TV series season 1. So he is coming, and you can see it's featured in the new packaging. So you get the yellow borders and everything. And then we also, that's figure number 3 in the Mandalorian series. And then we also got a reveal. This one is a reveal thanks to D Tapia 22 on Instagram. And again, I don't know where they got their hands on these figures, but this one is of the Armorer. So this is figure number 4 in the series. So again, even though Hasbro has not officially confirmed these figures, we've seen computer listings for these 2 figures, so we kind of knew they were coming. But now it's essentially official, or as official as you can get until Hasbro decides to officially announce them. When they'll actually start seeing a full-on release here in the United States, I don't know, but probably within the next few months. Okay, now switching gears to McFarlane Toys. So last video I talked about how they debuted their 7-inch scale Dune movie figures for the upcoming new remake of Dune. So the 4 figures that they had previously shown were Paul, Duke, Duncan, and Lady Jessica. And it was said that there was going to be a Build-A-Figure for the wave. And again, I talked about this in the last video. I speculated it was going to be based on the Dave Bautista character. And since that video, McFarlane has gone on and confirmed that and released this preview image of the figure. So that is the Build-A-Figure for the wave. And then they also just today released images for a 12-inch Dune figure that they're doing based on the Baron. So this is going to be played by actor Stellan Skarsgård, I think is how you pronounce his name. You know, from the MCU, the Thor movies and such. The professor in the Thor movies and was also in Avengers. So he's going to be playing the Baron in the Dune movie, and they are doing a 12-inch figure, which I actually think is pretty cool looking. I kind of hope that they are going to end up doing a 7-inch version of this one. Now, as I mentioned in the last news video, where some people I know were hoping that they were going to do one of the Spice Worms for the Build-A-Figure, and I really didn't think that was going to be too practical. I still think that they might do that as a one-off like they did with the dragons in the Game of Thrones line. Of course, it won't be in scale with the figures, but it might be detailed, get some really nice detailing and sculpting with the mouth and everything. So I could definitely see them. That seems like something that would be right up McFarlane's alley. I've not, that's just my speculation that they might do something like that. We'll just have to wait and see. They also announced that we've got some more paint variants for the Mortal Kombat 11 line. So some more variants for the Sub-Zero and Scorpion figures. So for Scorpion, they're calling this one Shadow Skin. And then for the Sub-Zero figure, it's the Winter Purple Skin. So, these don't look like drastically different. But again, McFarlane loves to do his paint variants with these figures. So these are slated for January 2021 release. I assume they're going to be released everywhere. They're not said to be exclusive. And if you like the Mortal Kombat stuff, you may want to check these out. Now switching gears to NECA. So just today they released new official images for their upcoming version 2 of the Ultimate Rhino alien figure. Now the original one that they released was based on a Kenner design. This one, it's the same figure, but they repainted it so it looks more like something you would actually see in the movies. And this figure, we actually saw it first, they first debuted it back in July during their Comic-Con at Home event, but now we have the more detailed images. The thing's going to be about 10 inches. Again, it's the same figure as before, only repainted, and it is due out in January of next year, and it is available for pre-order at places like our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store. NECA also this week released new updated images for their upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series Target exclusive 2-pack featuring Trag and Granitor. So we saw these figures back during Toy Fair back in February. These figures are slated for Wave 4. Now it looks like NECA is going to be doing the staggered release, at least here in the United States again, where they put out, there's 3 different 2-packs in the wave, and they're going to put them out like at specific dates. Now this one is coming out in October. They have not given us an exact date in October. And then the two other sets in this wave will include Splinter and Baxter Stockman, and then Roadkill Rodney and the Triceraton Soldier round out the wave. And we don't have, they're going to be coming out, I believe, later in the year, but again, we don't have any kind of specific release dates. Hopefully NECA will, kind of like they did with the last wave, will end up releasing specific release dates so you know when to at least try and hunt for these things. Now, no word on whether they'll end up doing any kind of pre-order thing on their own website for these, for those of us here in the United States. But hopefully, maybe that's something they will do for next year. But again, the next 2-pack that is coming out, which is part of Wave 4, is the Trag and Granador figures. Okay, now for you Masters of the Universe fans, I've got some rumors to share with you on the Origins front. So yesterday, a listing showed up from an online distributor by the name of JS Sporting. And with the listings, most of the stuff that they had listed on their website were things that we saw announced during the PowerCon convention, virtual convention last month. But there were 2 items that were not announced that caught people's eyes. So one is a Mossman figure. Now, the thing to note, which is kind of odd on that one, is that it's listed as a PowerCon figure, so I'm not sure what's up with that. And then they also list it, they have a date of 9/20, and I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a release date, but I really don't think we're going to see a Masters of the Universe Origins Mossman release this month. So I would definitely take the date with a grain of salt, and I'm sure Mossman will be released in the Origins line. That I have little doubt of, and hopefully he will be flocked when they do, but when exactly, I'm just not sure. And then the other thing that they had listed was a Masters of the Universe Origins Castle Grayskull playset. So that definitely is interesting. That one has a date of 11/20. So, again, I would take that date with a grain of salt. But right after, basically the word of this list hit the net, then this image, which I'm not even entirely sure what the original source of this image is. There's a watermark all over it, but it's hard to make out what that is. But this is supposedly an image of the actual Origins playset, the interior of it. So, again, take this with a grain of salt. I can't confirm how legitimate this image is. I can't confirm how legitimate these listings are, but there are indications that those things are coming. And you can also notice in the image there is an all-white sorceress figure, so I'm going to make an assumption, if this is a legit image, that it will include the sorceress figure with the Grayskull playset, because that's not a Origins figure that is yet to be announced. So but like I said, we'll have to wait and see. The other odd thing about this is right now everything this year for Masters of the Universe Origins is going to be released as a Walmart exclusive, so I'm not sure why a distributor like this would have listings for Origin stuff, at least for this year. Now next year, when the line goes wide and everybody's able to start carrying it, then you might see something more like this. So like I said, do keep it with a grain of salt, but there are indications that both a Mossman and a Castle Grayskull playset could be coming in the near future for Masters of the Universe Origins. Okay, and then the final bit of news I have for you guys today is on the Super7 ThunderCats front. So following up on a story I talked about in the last news video, I told you last time how they had teased an image for what appeared to be an Ultimates figure of the Snowman character. And it has now been confirmed that Snowman is coming, and he is part of the 4th wave of Ultimates for ThunderCats. And they have gone on and revealed the entire wave, which is up for pre-order now at Super7's store, and should be going up for pre-order pretty soon at places like Big Bad Toy Store. But the rest of the figures in the wave, the one I'm most excited about in this wave is Monkeyan. So the final original mutant leader or mutant character is now getting the action figure treatment. Slythe and Jackalman were already, Jackalman's already out, and Slythe has already been announced for the line. So we're getting Monkeyan. Now we just need Vultureman. That's the other one. He wasn't one of the original mutants, but he came along shortly after, so hopefully he'll be in the next wave. Now the other figures, again, Snowman is being released now. Unfortunately, he is not going to include his cat, Snow Meow, so that is not included with this figure. We are getting Poomra, which is kind of an obscure character, appeared in one episode in the first season, where Mumra basically disguised himself as a Thundercat, and so he could infiltrate their headquarters. So we're getting that one. And then the final one is one of the newer ThunderCats. Joining Pumera is Linkso, so he's getting the action figure treatment as well. So that is the 4 figures being released in the line. You get multiple heads and stuff. Monkey comes with a shield. He's got his mace weapon. He comes with 2 head sculpts. He's got a blaster and multiple pairs of hands. Again, that's the one I'm definitely most excited for. Pumra, his head will fit on the Mumra ever living figure that is coming in the line. So if you want to, have him kind of in mid disguise, you can do that. You've got the Sword of Thundera with the wrapped up eye, where he tried to steal the sword. He's got a communicator where he communicated with Slythe when he was infiltrating the headquarters. And you've got the multiple head sculpt. So you get a normal looking head sculpt, you get a yelling head sculpt, and then you get one that's made for the Mumra figure. And then you also get multiple pairs of hands with this one. The snowman character has his lance, has his ice spear, has his broken shield, has the alternate helmeted head, and has multiple pairs of hands. Looks like comes with 3 different pairs of hands: open hands, grip hands, and closed-fisted hands. And then finally, Linkso, he comes with a tile from the Fountain of Healing Water, his light shield, and an alternate head, and multiple pairs of hands. So I think overall this is a pretty solid looking wave. Surprisingly, still no Wily Kit or Wily Cat, the final Mattel figures that have yet to be reissued under Super 7. But for me personally, I'm fine with that since I have the Mattel ones. But I can understand if you weren't able to get the Mattel ones, those would be basically the last members of the original ThunderCats team that you would still need. So hopefully those will be coming for those of you who missed out on the Mattel ones, which was released as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Okay, so that's it for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about in the comments section below. Also, don't forget that we have those contests on both Marvelous News and Toy News International, where we're giving away $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. Links to those contest details are in the video description below. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and stay safe out there, guys. And until next time, I'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification to alert it every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.